Hi, all chess goodies, and welcome to my first checkmate ever. Now I'll just show you how I did it. So the game started with e4, after c6, g3, and knight to a6. It is already quite a weird position for a move 2, as we are both under 1000. So yeah, that's just how it looks. Bishop to g3, knight to f6, putting pressure on the pawn, or rather after knight to e2, my opponent thought that it was not just putting pressure on the pawn, that the knight was actually attacking the pawn, so my opponent took it. And he was kinda right, because I can take the knight, but that's not what I did, I just castled. So basically, my opponent was right, because the knight survived. Then my opponent protects the knight with d5, and I attacked it with d3. Knight moves back to f6, and then just developing moves. My opponent trades, and I trade as well. Then I go to d1, f5. There's a bit of an inaccuracy because of this fork. After queen to e5, I would attack the rook and the pawn, so I would win the pawn back if I would play this, but I played d4 instead, which is quite a good move. It doesn't win the pawn back, but it claims space in the center, always good to have there some pawns. So then I go to g8, stepping out of this way, and maybe just controlling the g file, quite a fine move, and now knight to a4, going for the c5 square. Knight to b4, my opponent is thinking that he's attacking these two pawns. I just played knight to c5 and he took on a2, which is quite a bad move because top engine move is to take on b7, but quite a fine move is just to play c3 because you see that the knight has nowhere to go, and I would win it a few moves later, for example like this with the rook. But in the game I played b3 instead. I have no idea why, but I did. My opponent played bishop to g7, putting pressure here on my d4 pawn. It is defended by the rook. I took on b7, and now I am attacking the queen, and my opponent just took on d4. So now I'm attacking two pieces, and I took the queen. My opponent recaptured, and I took the bishop. So now I'm +7. My opponent went back, attacks the queen, so if I will not hang a queen, I will be just completely winning. And I played the rook to d3. No, I'm just kidding. I went up with the queen. So I maintained my advantage. My opponent played e5. He attacked my rook, and I just moved it to the b4 square. Then knight to e4, and I infiltrated with my queen to a6. Then f4 came. I've just exchanged set of minor pieces, and then took on c6. My opponent went f3, and now I played the top engine move, which is a rook to b7, not taking both rooks like this. I just went rook to b7 because now there is no defense against queen to d7 checkmate. There is only a rook takes f3, but after recapturing there is simply no defense, so in the game my opponent just played e3, and I delivered a nice checkmate, and this was, after all, the first checkmate in my life in an online game of chess. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can check out my other video here, and I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.